So I'm Harry Bubbins. I am the East Village and Special Projects Director of Greenwich Village Society for Historic Preservation. We are the largest membership organization from Greenwich Village, NoHo, and Soho, dedicated and NoHo and the East Village, excuse me. And we're dedicated to the architectural and cultural history of communities, which doesn't just mean buildings, it means small shops and the people that live in our neighborhoods. We've organized this event with the East Village Independent Merchants Association, who we will hear from today, and the East Village Community Coalition, who we will hear from today. And thanks to Mud Cafe for providing the free coffee today.
All right, Mud Cafe!
So
hold up your logo, everybody.
We come not to bury Starbucks and not to praise it either, because this issue is not just about this one Starbucks on one corner. It's more about the character of our neighborhood, and not just ranting against one business, but to advocate for actual sensible solutions that have been on the table for years that we want to be implemented immediately. And we will hear about some of those today. I will mention one of them, the Small Business Job Survival Act. Everyone always talks about the landlords jacking up the rent and how it's an unfair playing field for small businesses. The Small Business Job Survival Act has not had a hearing, it has not had a vote, and the mayor has refused to say where he stands on it. What would it do? It would allow for a renewal of 10-year leases with small businesses. It would allow for a negotiated increase if they couldn't get to that in a legal manner. It would allow for not throwing on additional fees from taxes or from utilities onto the small business owner, and it would do a host of other things to prevent harassment, which often drives out small businesses. So next up, I'm going to invite Jimmy from Jimmy's 43. He's also a founding member and president of the East Village Independent Merchants Association. And what he's done, like many of you here at Jimmy's 43, he's not just a local business owner. He's been doing events like the Taste of 7th that was a support for the people from the gas explosion on 2nd Avenue, or Cooper Square Committee, and supporting the rest of our community. Jimmy.
Thanks, Harry. So I'm Jimmy from Jimmy's number 43. There's a lot of great merchants here today. Everybody, all the East Village merchants, if you're here, put your hands up. We know a lot of you are here. And thank you, Harry, for organizing this. You know, this, for me personally, it started with the East Village gas explosion. It impacted my business. It was next to me. Because of that, I've been more involved, active in the community, and the East Village Independent Merchants is something that we've all worked on together. But we're finding that, you know, our missions include things like supporting local businesses, doing promotions. But most of us work in the community, live in the community. Many of us are public school parents, and we are the roots of the community. And recently, with some of the issues, like, you know, talking about the special districts for the East Village and the community board, we were at that meeting last month. A lot of merchants turned out. It takes me back just a couple years ago. Gail Brewer, who's the Manhattan Borough President on the Upper West Side, had been, you know, done a lot of studies about storefronters, that's what she calls us, the importance of them to the neighborhood, and limiting the size of stores. So when we talk about the special districts, we say off the top, oh, we don't want big box stores or chain stores in our neighborhood. But I think to go a little beyond that, talk about a winnable message, because, like, you know, the Small Job Survival Act should be winnable. For some reason, it's not. When we talk about a special district, what can we win? Well, we can win. Maybe every storefront should only be 25 feet wide. And then that sets the tone, because the developers, you know, as you know, with developers and large landlords, they want to work with big business. They want to work with a chain. They want to work with a big store. They don't want to deal with 5 little businesses that have a family life. You know, I'm facing eviction, you know, just because I don't have the financials to really get a new lease with my landlord, and he's pushing me to get a partner or sell. You know, but those are the undercurrents that are affecting our small businesses. But number one, we have to be sensible. Look to someone like Gail Brewer, what she did on the Upper West Side, and say, hey man, this zoning is important. You know, start by restricting the sizes of the storefronts. Maybe 25 feet, as big as a storefront should be. They usually accept grocery stores, so let a grocery store be. How many grocery stores do you have? 1 per avenue, you know? But there's little things like we have to talk about what we want as residents, as school parents, and the life that we want. And I'm sorry, just because the developer, it's easy for them to have one check coming from a corporate chain or Trader Joe's, that makes their lives easier. Does that make our lives better? So we're here to talk about that today. You'll hear from a number of other merchants. Thank you for coming out. Thank you. All right. And we're drinking Mud Coffee. Right here.
And that brings us to James from Mud Coffee. They've been here for almost 2 decades. They're involved in other activities in the neighborhood, from the cafe down on 1st Street. They work with 4th Street's Art Block to support the 4th Street corridor with the Fab Cafe and numerous other contributions to nonprofit raffles and events. James, the general manager of Mud Cafe.
Thank you guys.
Woo!
Yeah. Hi everyone.
Thanks for the coffee!
Welcome. Mosho's as eloquent as Harry and Jimmy are. They've been doing a lot of work for a long time. I had this like very poetic, serious thing because I was running around like I gotta write something down pat, so I'm gonna read it. I'm glad everyone's here. This is important. This neighborhood is built on the smallest businesses interacting with each other, coexisting with each other. There can be 15 different coffee shops. They all have their own flair, their own character, their own sense of pride, their own sense of personality. They all exist here. It is what the unique spirit brings around these blocks. We've been here for 18 years. Truck, Mud Spot, Mud Park, we just took over, trying to make that community and that park better place to live. We are deeply devoted to East Village, always have been. We know how special and how unique the flair is here. Everybody, comes through so many creative struggles, successes. Grateful, super grateful to be surrounded by these people who, line the blocks. Don't think Starbucks, not to rail on them, really supports or looks past their own walls. This is not going to be a community like powerhouse. This is not somebody who's going to back up somebody else here in some other way, or Fab, or Street Alliance, or any East Village scenario. So contribute, be successful, find your friends, keep it tight, be proud to be different, be proud that you can have a small space that is vibrant and colorful and successful and special, and people should put those dollars into those spaces that they love and love being here. And I think that's all I got to say.
All right! Woo!
Yeah, and I do believe that this trip especially, it feels a little deep when it keeps on getting towards the A's and the B's. It's like you feel a heartbeat of how the space has existed so long and in such a special way, and that does feel like a little bit of infiltration and a situation where you don't feel like you know your neighborhood as well as you should. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Woo!
Next up, from one of our close partners, East Village Community Coalition. We work on a lot of things, from working on rezoning in the neighborhood to working on the PS64 Charas, and they have for many years had what's called a Get Local campaign, and we're going to hear about that now.
I'm Laura Sewell with the East Village Community Coalition. Our original mission and mandate is to support independent merchants. One of the ways we do that is our Get Local guide. This is our 10th. And I'd like to read an excerpt from it. Coffee, fantastic coffee, local coffee, delicious coffee from A to Z. Abrasa, Atlas Cafe, B Cup, C&B Cafe, Cafe Mocha, Ciao for Now, Coffee Project, Poissanteria, Elsewhere Espresso, Fresco Gelateria, Honey House, Matcha Cafe Wabi, Mud Spot, 9th Street Espresso, 9th Street Espresso again, Ost Cafe. Oops, they closed, but we have a new coffee place coming there soon. Puerto Rico Imported, Rustico, Taralucci y Vino, The Bean again, the Lazy Llama Coffee Bar, Third Rail Coffee, 3-Seat Espresso and Barber,
Woo! Woo! Woo!
V-Bar St. Mark's, Venieros, Wayside, and Zumba.
Woo!
Let that speak for itself. Every dollar you spend here, 70 cents contributes to the local economy. Otherwise, it's 40 cents. You want 70 cents or 40 cents? Who wants 70 cents? All right, right on, good people. Thank you.
And what if people want this?
I've got a bunch of them in my bag. Thank you, Harry.
We're giving them out free today. Next up is another a founding member and treasurer of East Village Independent Merchants Association, Charles from Exit 9 Gift Emporium. Also doesn't just run a business, he runs a community-minded enterprise with donating a portion of their proceeds through their Tuesday for Good program to other nonprofits in the neighborhood. Charles.
Hello, I'm Charles from Exit 9. I used to live here 25 years ago, and it's the character and the charm that brought me to this neighborhood, and it's why I've remained here this long. I have some good news and some bad news. The bad news is we're not able to stop this from happening. It's happening already. The good news is that there's a proposal at Community Board 3 called Special District Zoning that could, if initiated, help protect the character and the charm of the East Village. It would limit big box encroachment, and it would severely limit any sort of chain store that enter the neighborhood. The frustrating news about this is that this proposal has been on the desk of CB3 for not 1, not 2, but for 3 years. And I shudder to think what type of encroachment will happen over the next 3 years if they continue to sit on the proposal. What we can do, I passed around some flyers. We need to contact CB3 and urge them to formally submit the proposal to city planning so that we can protect our neighborhood and preserve the character and the charm that we have here today. Everything is on the flyer. Gail Brewer, you can call WNYC on tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. and you can ask the mayor himself. You can, all of the contacts for CB3 is on there. Also, Rosie Mendez and Carlina, the future councilwoman of this area. So I need all of your voices together. If we speak loud enough, we can get this proposal pushed through and we can protect our neighborhood. Thank you very much.
Woo! Thank you, Charles. Thank you, Charles. And we're a diverse array of partners on this effort, and everyone focus on different priorities. So we are near the conclusion of our activity, but the main things are the flyer that was just given out that says some action steps. There is the petition where you can stay in touch with us in case you've never heard from us before. You will receive an email from us, and then we will talk to you more about the 2 items you heard about today. The Small Business Job Survival Act that the City Council has so far refused to have a hearing on, that would make it a level playing field for commercial renters. And then you also heard about the special district zoning proposal that Community Board 3, we trust, is moving swiftly ahead, because we can't have Starbucks on Avenue B or Avenue C or Avenue D. No. Thank you everyone for coming. Give everyone a round of applause to yourselves.
Just so you guys know, there's a local community action group that started forming in the last couple of months. We're called LES Resist. If you want to grab one of our stickers, look us up on Facebook. The Facebook group is just LES Resist. Everyone is welcome. And we'd love to have, and anyone here obviously cares about the East Village, and so do we. So just come on up if you want to grab one of these.